Welcome to round 3 of the Banter Racing League Season 2. We are here in the Sakhir circuit in Bahrain, and in the sunrise qualifying we had Sentry 3 with another pole position, his second of the season after the Australian Grand Prix pole position, and it was a 1:28.3 lap time from Sentry. So he's on pole once again here in this season. And on the formation lap, we are almost starting the formation lap. We have 14 drivers, I think, again for this Grand Prix, just like in Australia. We had 14 drivers in Australia, then we had 13 in China, then we have 14 in Bahrain. And yeah, we do have 14, so here we go, starting the formation lap on board with the Boon. I'll take you through the grid. Sentry starts on pole position from WotMaster in second place. Ivan starts third for McLaren, then Lucky Racer in fourth. Then we have Jagger in fifth. Wilskus in sixth, our qualifying his teammate CombinedYoutuber in seventh. Harry Tech in eighth, and Wesley in ninth. Boxy in 10th. White Wolf in 11th. Thaboom in 12th. And Pinchu High with a qualifying band in 13th. And we have Addy at the back in 14th place. So a nice, well, Addy should be ahead of Ping, to be honest with you. Yeah. Because Ping has a qualifying ban, so he should be last. So Addy should be 13th. Here we go, on the formation lap, on board with Combined now. On board with Combined in the Sauber. Coming down towards his corner, he's behind his teammate Wilskus. What can he do with his teammate Wilskus? Can they both move up the field, or will Combined be caught up behind some battles? I don't know. Here we go, lining up on the grid. We have lined up, but we wait for, as usual, to load up as we now wait for the lights. Here we go. The lights come on for the third round of the season. It's now away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and that's a pretty good start from Combined. As now coming down towards turn 1, it's coming 4 wide into turn 1 now. Harry goes to the inside of Combined, and Wilskus goes to the inside of all of them. As into turn 1 we go, and it's Sentry who leads from Ivan, then WotMaster, and Ivan has taken second place away from WotMaster, as now 3 wide as we head into turn 4. Boxy on the inside of Harry, Wilskus on the inside of both of them, and he moves up into 5th, a good start from the Italian in the Sauber, and he moves up into 5th position. Harry now behind Boxy, as now Combined is right at the back of Harry. He comes up the inside into turn 8. He comes up the inside, he's leaving him plenty of space, but he doesn't quite get the move there. Lucky Racer now looking at the back of Combined as we head down into turn 10. As now, here we go at the end of lap 1 with Vladimir Jagger in 4th place at the moment behind WotMaster, who's lost a position off the start. As now, here we go. Sentry leads after lap 1 from Ivan, then we have WotMaster, then we have Jagger, then we have Wilskus, then we have Harry, and then Boxy, and then Combined. As now, here comes Jagger to the inside of WotMaster, coming down towards turn 1. Is he going to make this move stick into turn 1? Ooh, he's got the inside line, but WotMaster has the inside line back into turn 2, but now Jagger goes to the inside of him. It's now going to be 3 wide again, coming down towards turn 4 on lap 2. Here we go, who's going to get the move here? Jagger gets the move on the inside, Wilskus gets them both on the inside, a double overtake from the Sauber, and Wilskus moves up into the podium places. Jagger up to 4th, WotMaster drops down to 5th position. So a nice battle between those two. WotMaster swoops through on Jagger there, as now we come up, and Jagger comes up the inside and makes contact with WotMaster there, so he's going to let him back through there into turn 10. Just back out of the move into turn 10 and just let him through. And now Boxy in 6th place, as now WotMaster now comes to the inside of Wilskus, heading down towards turn 11 there side by side. WotMaster comes to the inside of the Sauber, and then side by side, and the inside line goes to WotMaster, and he gets into the podium places. A nice battle for 3rd place on lap 2. Is now on board with Harry now. He is behind Boxy in the Force India. Here we go, he's going to get Rich Mix for revs. Not quite DRS yet, because it's the end of lap 2. On the inside goes Harry on Boxy. They're touching wheels there. And now they're going to go side by side, heading down towards heading onto the pit straight. Here we go, Harry and Boxy are side by side. It's Combined behind, who has a double slipstream behind them. As now, coming onto lap 3, Combined looks to the inside of both Harry and Boxy. Up the inside goes Combined. Is he going to get this move done? No, not quite. Harry gets him back there, as now Boxy comes back at him as well. Here we go down towards turn 4, and Boxy sort of forces Combined out to the sand there, as they both hold their position. Combined attempted a double overtake, but it didn't quite work out, as he's lost both the positions back again. Lucky Racer trying to get past Combined as well into turn 4. As now here comes, Combined going to go inside of Boxy into turn 8. Yes! Is he going to get this move done? They're side by side. Oh, and Boxy lags a bit there. Boxy lags a bit. Is now coming into turn 10. There's a bit of contact. Huge contact there. Boxy comes back at him on the inside. So nice battle for 8th. 7th, I should say. And now on board with Sentry, who's hit the curb. And he's lost the lead. And he's spun round and lost the lead. Ivan has been inherited the lead. And that's a disaster for Sentry in the Force India. That's unfortunate. But now everyone's gone past him, and now Combined drifts off, and he's into the barriers, is he? Yes, he is. He's out. And there's a Red Bull off as well. And White Wolf is out. So 2 cars out within 1 corner here in Bahrain. Combined is out, and White Wolf is out as well. With 2 cars out on lap 3. Unfortunate. Here he's on board with Combined in the Sauber, who's an innocent bystander here. He hits the curb and drifts off into the wall, and he's lost his tyre. And there goes White Wolf doing exactly the same thing. So both White Wolf and Combined doing exactly the same thing, hitting the curb and crashing themselves out of the race. Here we are on board with WotMaster once again on lap 3. As the battle for 3rd is back on, as Wilskis now slipstreams WotMaster as he comes down into turn 4. Is Wilskis going to get the move done on the inside line? Wilskis gets 3rd place back, but now WotMaster switchbacks to the inside, but not quite there. Wilskis gets the move on the Williams, and he gets up into 3rd again. There is Addy Usual getting lapped there because he's a bit of a a lag car at the moment. He was like a reason why the start was like delayed by a few minutes, because of his connection, and also the game for 2 reasons: his connection, and the game itself. He'll go back to the battle with Wilskis and WotMaster for 2nd place. Is WotMaster going to get him back here? And under investigation, Thaboom and Ping Too High for causing a collision. What has happened there between Thaboom and Ping? Ping, of course, was at the back, so maybe he was down to turn 1? I don't know. Anyway, back to the battle with Wilskis and WotMaster coming down towards turn 8. There's a few lockups from the Williams, but now here we go down towards this corner. Because Combined crashed out of the race, this is from his point of view on the spectator cam, which is pretty good. Here we go on board with the start from Ping Too High's point of view. Let's see what Thaboom did to him. I think it was at lap 1 somewhere. Surely, because Thaboom is right there ahead of him. So here we go underway, and Ping is in last. He goes past Thaboom around the outside. Let's see what happens. Here we go in slow motion now. Thaboom up the inside, and there's contact. Yep, there's contact. Ping loses a bit of end plate, and Thaboom moves over to the outside to let him back through. But Thaboom sort of dive bombed him there after Ping got past him, so not really ideal. But the Red Bulls side by side there. White Wolf got past Wesley on lap 1. As now here we go on board with Jagger off the start, who started in P6. He in fact started in P5, I should say. But now here we go. He goes past the Lucky Racer in a flash because he's like got a bad start there. Here we go coming down towards turn 1. You see Sentry leading. Ivan takes 2nd place away from WotMaster on the outside at turn 1. That was a nice move from the McLaren. As now we see all the action on lap 1 behind. But now Jagger tries to go to the outside of WotMaster there, but he doesn't quite get him there. So at the end of lap 1, here we go. Here we go from the point of view of Harry Tech. He goes off the start now. He goes past Combined off into turn 1. Lucky Racer gets a very bad start. He gets passed as well by Harry. And Combined's still on the outside there. He looks to the outside. As now into turn 1, he's tucked up behind Jagger, and alongside him is Wilskis. He kind of squeezes Combined out a bit there, as Wilskis travels past him there. on the inside. And there's Boxy on the inside as well. So we saw that live, that move there, but from Boxy and Wilskus in the battle for 5th position there. As now back to the battle for 2nd place with Wilskus and WotMaster. He's right at the back of him as a Williams. Is he going to go for a move down towards turn 1? Here we go, coming into the final corner. It's the Sauber versus the Williams. What's he going to do now? What's the Williams of WotMaster going to do? On board with him as you come down into this corner. And that's Wesley! Wesley out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. He has crashed out at Sector 2, exactly the same place where his teammate crashed as well as Combined. So all 3 drivers retired, both Red Bulls out for the 2nd time in 3 races. Unfortunate for them. A double DNF for Red Bull once again, just like in Australia. But this time they have it in Bahrain. Unfortunate for them. That is so unfortunate. As now, WotMaster is still all over the back of Wilskus. Wilskus is actually pulling away from this pack, and Ivan has a 3.2 second gap out in front, and Jagger is in 4th at the moment. But now, on lap 10 of the Bahrain Grand Prix, Jagger comes into the pits for his first pit stop in this Grand Prix. The number 66 Ferrari comes towards his pit crew, and he changes onto a set of soft tyres. So he's going for a 2-stop strategy, I think, most likely, unless he's bringing those soft tyres to the end of the race. Probably a 1-stop strategy, actually, not sure. Or maybe there's like medium runners, like Lucky Racer right now is just changed onto mediums, who are doing a 1-stop. So I think Lucky Racer might be doing a 1-stop, and Jagger may be doing a 2-stop, but who knows. Lucky Racer comes out in P6 and Jagger stays in P4, and Harry moves up to 5th place. He hasn't pitted yet, so actually I think he has pitted, but he just undercutted Lucky Racer there. So in coming into turn 4, Harry's in 5th at the moment. Ivan still leads, and Wilskus 2nd, WotMaster in 3rd. WotMaster now into the pits for a set of, was that mediums? Did he go on mediums there? I think he did. Ivan retakes the lead. Wilskus retakes 2nd, but can Jagger get past WotMaster into the pits? Yes, he can. Jagger can undercut WotMaster. He moves up into 3rd place. Jagger with a crucial move there. Could that bring him a podium in this race? Jagger has undercut WotMaster in the Williams, and now he's going to try and chase down Wilskus in the Sauber. So, Jagger on fresh soft tyres, of course, and WotMaster on the mediums. So, Jagger has the faster tyre at the moment. Here we go with a battle for 2nd. Once again, but it's between Jagger and Wilskus this time. Lap 14 of this race. We are halfway through this Bahrain Grand Prix. Ivan leads for McLaren. Wilskus in 2nd for Sauber. Jagger in 3rd for Ferrari. And we have WotMaster in 4th for Williams. It's a nice battle for the lead once again. But not as good as China, of course, but this is a very interesting battle for the lead. Wilskus keeping on in 2nd place, really helping his teammate, to be honest, who's having some tough luck in this race. He actually has some tough luck because he crashed in qualifying as well, which prevented him from doing an improvement. So his luck ran out in the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend. He crashed in qualifying yesterday, and he crashed in the race as well. So let's hope he gets better luck in the Russian Grand Prix for round 4. As now, coming through into turn 1, Jagger's getting closer to Combined's teammate Wilskus. As we head down to turn 4, the battle for 2nd still continues. And here we go from the aerial view. Let's see how much closer he gets. Sorry about the coughs. Let's see how much closer Jagger gets to the back of Wilskus now. Coming down towards turn 8. And now on the end of lap 18, that's 4 laps later, Jagger is slightly closer to Wilskus as he comes into the final corner. What is he going to get some DRS? I reckon he will. Will he get some rich mix as well and slipstream? If he's going to get some DRS, here he goes down towards turn 1. Jagger is getting closer and closer to Wilskus as we head down to turn 1. Is he going to get this move done? Here we go. He brakes late. He goes up the inside, has a little look, but not quite. Wilskus shuts the door on him, and he keeps 2nd place. But now Jagger is trying to get past Wilskus for 2nd place here. This is going to be nice for his championship. His teammate is obviously away at the moment, like I said before, so he has to do all the work for Ferrari at the moment until Titan of Racing competes in his 1 or 2 races that Jagger said he would. Now, Ivan is just pulling away out in front of this battle. Here is a battle for P6 between Harry and Lucky Racer. Let's head down into turn 8. The Renault is struggling quite a lot here, and the Haas is catching him, so this is a very interesting race so far. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I wonder where that is. I don't know where that is. So there's a yellow flag in Sector 3 somewhere. I don't know what's happened. But now with DRS, Lucky Racer's on the slipstream of Harry as we head down into turn 11. Here we go. What can Lucky Racer do? He's on the slipstream, and he's heading down towards this corner. Towards turn 12, he's actually dropping back a bit from Harry through this second sector. But now here is the boom into the pits. Lucky Racer's teammate into the pits for a set of... I don't know what tyres he went on, but he's now been lapped by the 3 leaders, Ivan, Wilskus and Jagger. So the boom comes out of the pits still in 10th. He's looking to get his first points of the season, is the Kiwi. So very nice achievement that would be for the boom to get his first points of the season. As now coming into turn 1, Lucky Race is closer to Harry, but he doesn't quite get the move. He's too far back to make a move. As now this is lap 20 now, so it's gone quite fast because the race has been a bit uneventful, to be honest with you. It's still been better than Australia though. Here we go, on board with Lucky Racer now. It's a battle for 4th because I think Jagger and Sentry have pitted. So Sentry ever since his spin has had a very bad race today. The spin has cost him his victory, I think. As now, here we go. Lucky Racer is now behind Harry. He has DRS, and he's going to get some slipstream as you head down to turn 1. Is Lucky Racer coming on the inside, coming down towards turn 1? Yes, he is. He's going to go on the inside into turn 1, and he gets the move. But now he's overshot the corner, and Harry gets him back into 4th place. Lucky Racer tried his best there to get the move, but he didn't quite get there. And now Jagger, who's just pitted for Super Softs, is now going to try and get past Lucky Racer as well. Medium tyre versus the Super Soft for Jagger. That should be quite a difference. So now, here comes Jagger behind Lucky Racer. Is he going to get this move done? Coming into turn 8. Should be an easy move. And he comes up the inside, does Jagger, into turn 8 on Lucky Racer. Is he going to get this move done there side by side? And Jagger goes past the Haas and he moves up into P5. So it's a very good move from Jagger. He went for a dive up the inside into the hairpin at turn 8. And now he's going to challenge Harry for 4th now, heading down towards turn 11. Lap 22 of this race. Ivan still leads from Wilskus. Then we have WotMaster in 3rd. Harry pressurized by Jagger. Then we have Lucky Racer, then Sentry, Ping Too High, Boxy, The Boom, and Addy at the moment. As now, here we go. Harry runs a bit wide there. That's going to bring Jagger all over the back of him. Coming down into the final corner. Jagger has a little look into the final corner, but he's going to wait until the pit straight for a DRS and slipstream moment. Here we go. Harry tries his best to defend, but now he's got the slipstream as Jagger, and he moves with DRS coming down towards turn 1. He's right at the back of him. He's going to go pulling out to the inside of him, coming down towards turn 1. They are side by side. Jagger goes up the inside. He has the inside line, but Harry holds it around the outside. Kind of squeezes him onto the curb there. Lucky Racer goes into the pits for his 2nd stop. So he wasn't on a 1-stop strategy. He was on a 2-stop. He's changed to Super Soft tyres. Here comes Jagger up the inside of Harry. Once again into turn 4. And Jagger makes the move stick. And he gets up into P4 on lap 23 of this race. So he finally gets past Harry. And he's dropped down to 5th as the Renault. As now here is the replay on board with Vladimir Jagger. As now, yep, he had slipstream with DRS. And he moved over to the inside. Was there enough space there? I think there was, but I think he just broke a little bit too early. And he squeezed himself up onto the curb. And he got much better traction out of turn 2. And into turn 3. He went to the inside into turn 4. I was talking about Lucky Racer at this point. And he comes up the inside into turn 4. Ooh, there was almost a bit of contact. But he got that move done nicely, did Jagger. And here we go from Harry's point of view in a second. So there you go, that was a nice move from Jagger, but here is Harry's point of view of the overtake. Here we go, coming down towards turn 1. Up the inside goes Jagger. Harry knows Jagger's on the inside, so he gives him a little bit of space there, but not that much. As, yeah, Harry does actually oversteer a bit. That's what lost him the position. He went to the inside, did Jagger, and he moved into P4 once again. So that's from Harry's point of view. And there was actually contact on Harry's point of view, but it wasn't on Jagger's point of view, so that's interesting. Anyway, that was a battle for 4th, and Harry oversteered again, so he's really struggling on those tyres at the moment. Will Harry have to switch to will Harry have to pit for the new tyres? Because these tyres, his medium tyres, are very old. As now, here comes Sentry to the inside of Harry, heading down towards turn 11, and Sentry has the inside line and makes the overtake stick on the super soft tyres compared to his medium tyres, which are pretty destroyed, to be honest. As you can see on his on the right hand side of your screen, you can see Harry's tyres are pretty destroyed there. So now here is the battle behind with Sentry and Harry. The boom moves over to be lapped for those two. By those two. So the boom's still in the points at the moment. As now, here we go with Lucky Racer, currently a ghost at the moment because his game crashed. So here he goes. Harry goes around the outside. He moves into 7th. So how unlucky is this for the Haas team today? Well, no, the boom isn't unlucky, but Lucky Racer is in this race. He was doing well, quite well in 7th, and he was up at 5th at one point. We go for a second pit stop, and now the game has actually put him in for a 3rd pit stop. That is ridiculous. On the penultimate lap of this race, the game has actually put him onto a soft tyre stint. That is ridiculous. To be honest with you, the game screwed him over with that part by putting him on a new set of soft tyres. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for the Haas. But at least they got 3 points today, at least. So, on the last lap now of this Bahrain Grand Prix, and Ivan is going to take another win in this season. It's going to be 2 wins in a row for the Spanish driver in the McLaren. Well, one of the Spanish drivers, obviously, because of Gonzo's the Spanish driver. There's 2 Spanish drivers in McLaren. So, that's so unfortunate for Lucky Racer. He was doing so well there. He's going to get some 6 points, I think, for 7th. But he's going to get only 2 points today. That's really unfortunate. But now, here we are with Ivan coming into the final corner. He has had a very manageable race today. He's well managed, and he comes into the final corner onto the straight for his 2nd victory in succession, and he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Wilskis comes home in 2nd place, and WotMaster comes into 3rd place in the Williams. For the 2nd race in a row, he's on the podium for Williams. And Vladimir Jagger comes home for 4th place. He tried to undercut WotMaster, didn't quite work out. Sentry, after spinning at turn 11 on lap 3, finishes in the top 5 in 5th. As now, here we go with Ping Chu Hai, who started in 14th place and finishes in 6th. That is not one of his best comebacks like in Australia it was, when he went from 13th to 3rd. But it's good enough. Ping Chu Hai finishes in 6th place with 8 points to his name. And 7th place goes to Harry in the Renault. And 8th place goes to Boxy in the Force India. Here he is, coming around the final corner. And that was a fairly uneventful race. Had an interesting battle for 2nd place, but nothing much happened. Only overtakes in the midfield. Here is the unfortunate Lucky Racer 99 coming through into the final corner. He finishes in 9th place with only 2 points. However, he's going to set the fastest lap of the race because he was on a fresh set of soft tyres. So because the game pitted him for soft tyres on the penultimate lap, he actually ended up getting the fastest lap because of those fresh tyres. So that's actually his 3rd fastest lap in a row, which is quite interesting. right there. Ivan celebrates by holding up the trophy for McLaren, his second victory in a row. Wilskis with his second podium in a row after in Australia he got a podium, and is also second place in Australia as well. He didn't start in China, but he also got second place in Bahrain, and WotMaster finishes in third. So the final results of the Bahrain Grand Prix, we have Ivan winning by 2.9 seconds from Wilskis in second, then WotMaster in third, Jagger finishes in fourth, Sentry in fifth, Ping in sixth, then we have Harry in seventh, Boxy finishes 8th, then we have Lucky Racer in 9th, unfortunate of him, Thaboom with his first points of the season, good job from the Kiwi, and we have Wesley, Big White Wolf and Combined as the retirements of this race. And Thaboom got 2 penalty points for causing a collision with Ping Too High on lap 1, and in qualifying, Combined got 1 penalty point for dangerous driving, moving over to the left, basically weaving into the side of Lucky Racer and crashing him into the wall. Luckily a glitch saved his qualifying, but deserved for Combined there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the Bahrain Grand Prix. The Russian Grand Prix in Sochi for round 4 is next. See you then.